Hello, this is going to be my brief review on the DZ09 Smartwatch. Now this thing has been out for a few years, so you can find them very cheap to get. And there's really not much to it on the outside. Inside on this back cover, well, inside the cover is the battery and then a place to put a SIM card or a flash card for memory. And this is a camera on top, although it looks like when I try to use it, it's pointing up, so you gotta like tilt the thing up and it's all crazy. And there's a little microphone hole there. And on the back, you got the little hole for the speaker. Right here is where you plug in the mini USB cord to charge it, or to use it as a jump drive pretty much, you could. So let's boot this thing up and see what it can do on the software aspect of it. Get a little cheap little boot animation there. Now I've custom put the Pac-Man pattern from the original Pac-Man as my wallpaper. That was because I had to put the wallpaper file on the flash card so then it could do that. So what we got here is the time. You got the date there, you can see it somewhat. You got the phone app, which brings up the dialer. Now if this is tethered to your smartphone with Bluetooth, it just takes advantage of that. Here's where you can have contacts, and of course it's hard to see there, but there's a little thing for the Bluetooth contacts. When your phone is synced up to this, it will read all your contacts from your phone. Here are some of the various little apps that are included with it. The dialer, of course, which I showed you. The contacts. There's messaging, which you can bring up your text messages. There's the call log. You got the settings, remote notifier, I'm not sure what that is, remote capture, where you could, you know, take a picture or use this as the remote for it. There's the file manager, which reads the memory card there. Got image viewer, that's where you can put on custom wallpapers. A calendar. Calendar is a little small, but it serves its basic function, which is to see what date it is, or you can scroll back and forth between months. Let's go back here. Whoops. Menu. Calendar. It's got a calculator and alarm. Basic alarm function. Calculator. The buttons are a little small on the touchscreen, but they do work. It's certainly much easier to work than one of those like old Casio calculator watches. Let's see, we got a sound recorder, and I'll show you how that works. I can get it open. Record. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. Alright, go back. Maybe it's hard to see it at this angle here. Alright, we'll just do this. Go back. Whoops. It's a little tedious trying to operate this, and just listen to the list here. Let's play it.
This is a test of the emergency broadcast system.
Alright. That was not very loud. You can turn up the volume with the phone. And this thing too, when it's tethered to your smartphone, it can act as an external speaker. So, well, here's the camera, and you'll see what I mean. You gotta like really point it up to see. Yeah, it's kind of screwy, but whatever. For a $13 device, what do you expect? Here's the music player. You got a little sound garden. If it plays. Yeah, it's hard to... This thing is usually pretty responsive. It's just doing it at this angle. There's a Facebook app, but I cannot access that unless you have a SIM card in it. And I've heard stories of people saying they've put an active SIM card in and those apps still did not work. So, and there's a browser. You got the different profiles here for your sound general. That means sounds will be admitted or emitted. Meeting, that's more like it turns on the vibration mode. Outdoor, I'm not sure if that's just a little louder. And then there's silent, of course, which probably does when there's a pedometer, and it's pretty good for the most part. It's not anything spectacular like you would find on a Samsung device. There's a sleep monitor. I'm questioning the ability of that. I think it just times how long you were sleeping for, and it of course says your sleep quality, but I don't know. There's a set of dentary reminder, however you say that, and this supposedly will take your smartphone to the Fun Run app. I never tried it. I just downloaded the app from the Google Play Store. Now let's go to settings. We got your basic phone settings here. Time and date, language, preferred input method. I got it on ABC. I'll have to show you that, the input for this thing. Whoops. Back. Motion. Display. Pac-Man. Flight mode, miscellaneous settings, and this is how you adjust the brightness of the screen, which works pretty good. So we would OK and done. Security settings, that's if I guess you'd want to put a PIN number on here. Call settings, I guess that's not available unless you have this with a SIM card in it. But that's that thing in a nutshell. It is pretty cheap. You can get them very cheap. I think 13 bucks, 10 bucks, something like that. But if you're wondering, or you just want a little gadget to play with, then this is quite the little thing there. So it's well worth the money. I actually ended up spending $20 on this one because I got it locally. I didn't have to wait like 2 weeks to get it in the mail. So thank you for watching. I hope I helped someone that's interested in the DZ09. Oh yeah, one more thing. The clock faces. There's that one. You got this one, which can't really zoom in. It shows the day of the week and of course the time and analog. This one shows the day of the week and the date. So that's the 3 clock faces I have on this one. I know there's a couple different firmwares for these devices. I'm not sure which one this is running. I did see a thing where I could find out, but I'm not really interested in trying to flash a different firmware because I don't want to brick this thing doing something that I'm not totally comfortable doing with it. So I'm just going to leave it as is, and it functions. Every now and then it will glitch up, and it might not measure steps, or it might not be able to connect to a Bluetooth call, but you just simply reboot the device and that usually takes care of any issues. I haven't had any real major issues with this, and I've had it now for about a month and been using it regularly. So yeah, I'm impressed with 20 bucks. So alright, well thank you, have a good day.